Hey guys, Mecha-san here with more of Mojo Plays video game top videos. This one here is a top 20 games that don't get the respect they deserve. Yeah, the thumbnail was Bioshock 2 and Arkham Origins. For Origins, really? I played that game. I very much enjoyed it. What it was here, great ass boss fight, like with Deathstroke and Copperhead. I little sad it couldn't go the extra mile here that rely on the Joker, but at the same time, it's like this Joker was how he fucked over with Black Mask and everything, and of course Bane was something else here. But a big thing, of course, was Batman. How I was not like cried to the heavens here of like, where is Kevin Conroy? No, this is a young Batman here who is still angry. He is very almost like he's more sneering than brooding, and he's just raw. He's not the more refined Batman we see in Arkham Asylum. And of course, the whole thing with Alfred, the relation with him, and everything like that, they really dealt good with him here. Where I just love that scene where you're not a hardened vigilante, you're a young man with a trust fund and too much anger. Oh boy, yeah, that's true. That said, I understand it had some bugs, especially in like the PC. I played on the PS3, and having put a disc back in a little while ago, it definitely has long loading issues. And the other game was Bioshock 2. Yeah, I can say that I kind of fall into one of those culprit that didn't really give the game an honest chance here. I mean, I beat the game, of course, but after that, I was like, okay, done, moving on. And even when the DLC Minerva's Den came out, I was not feeling the desire to play it at all. I forgot how to play a lot of the controls, how anything worked. I don't think I ever made it past like the lobby where after you enter like the walk, the tube walk here, and get to the lobby, I just stop. Just nope, not interested. Moving on. So yeah, did not show that game respect at all. And here we got, just starting out here, Nuts and Bolts, Banjo 2 Nuts and Bolts, which I haven't played, heard nothing but horrible things. I wonder what other games. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts, but yeah, never played that game.
Welcome to Mojo Plays.
Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive,
And today we're taking...
yeah, I fell out. I do have the collector's edition of like Dead or Alive Extreme, the last one that came out here for the Vita. I still wrapped up. Let me look it up here. Oh boy, I just I brought it up here. Gotta look it up. Let's see. Come on. Let's see. I just gotta bring it up. Okay. There's my copy of 360 Dead or Alive 4, Dead or Alive Extreme 2. Yeah, I got Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Venus on for PS Vita, the big collector's box here and collector's edition. And wow. Okay, price gone up. Cool.
taking a look at 20 games.
But yeah, this character here who has the largest bust in all the crowd, of all the girls. And she's like 18. Very anime, I love it.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Fortnite Battle Royales. Yeah. Oh, the skins. The skins they go with are crazy. Like, you get play as what, Bugs Bunny now? So I don't know. Ugh. Goku
Before
with
we begin, we publish new videos.
Akuma. I get Akuma
so
now,
be sure
I
to
guess.
Subscribe to Mojo Plays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Doom 3.
The Doom 2016 was my first Doom.
When looking at the entire franchise, Doom 3 is very much the black sheep of the family.
The biggest complaint I heard about this game is how the shotgun is severely underpowered. And again, having just played Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal here, how could you do that? I get it, just the super shotgun. People remember the super shotty, of course, but the regular shotgun here should still be damn powerful.
It's slower than the other games, it leans way too heavily into horror, and it's much more restrictive in movement, given how condensed every room feels.
Yeah, like
Plus, crane puzzles like this one, but when you approach it as its own
the
thing,
BFG edition,
more of a general survival horror instead of a boomer shooter, it can be an enjoyable experience.
Okay, survival horror. Cool. That sounds my. If I approach it like that, I can definitely see myself enjoying it. I just have to ignore that it has the title Doom in it.
We only hope you're playing the BFG edition with all the improvements to help make it a little more like the other Doom games. Otherwise, yeah, the original version is a bit of a mess.
Since I just looked through my everything, I could wonder, it's like, what's the current price for the BF for this one here in the the collector's market? Just wondering.
Marvel's Midnight Suns.
That.
You know, I'm the biggest Mole-Man fan.
Mole-Man fan. Oh. That's not a North. That's not Mole-Man.
Midnight Suns was such an awesome game in how it blended tactical RPG gameplay with card-based mechanics and a light amount of dating sim tropes.
Dating sim tropes. I want to play this game here. I gotta pick it up.
Admittedly, the Abbey isn't going to please every player.
I'm okay.
So if Midnight Suns is so great, why?
Honestly, I'd be glad that it exists.
Off in the months leading up to launch, many dismissed it not because they didn't like the visuals or their favorite heroes' costumes or that it simply didn't look fun. No, much of the dismissal stemmed from the fact that it was a card game.
Can't say I blame them. I'm interested in playing it. I've been interested even when they first announced it and everything. I want to try it out. But those who just wrote it off because of the card game mechanic, can't really blame them.
Don't waste any time. Take them out before they can do any serious damage.
So, when the gameplay was revealed for the first time, developer Firaxis was met with a lot of comments saying, "Ew, gross, a card game."
And the thing is, this concept here, not just, it works great for other games here. I've been thinking, like, give me Halo or Mass Effect or just Killzone, Resistance. Give me something like that. Why not?
Game's great, guys.
Before we came to the Abbey, you said you were going to be DLC.
Oh,
What does that mean?
Deadpool living comfortably.
Deadpool living comfortably. Nice here. Nice, smooth there. Is it me, or is your head too small for your body?
Dead Space.
Really? No, actually, yeah. But what am I saying? Look, I was the same way as well here. It's like, really? Do you need to remake Dead Space? It still holds up. It's the same argument many of us had with, why are you remaking Resident Evil 4, which could appear here? Who knows? It's like, when the OG game still holds up nicely. Heck, a lot of people played it here for the first time, and they enjoyed it, get scared. One biggest complaint, of course, even back when the original release, is how Isaac was a silent protagonist, especially which they corrected that for the second game. And I gotta say, when I first heard that the original voice of Isaac is gonna actually have voice lines in this remake, I got a bit excited here. And I remember all the vlog project, like developers, like videos they were making, on the sound effects and such.
The remake of Dead Space had a lot writing against it, considering
Yeah.
creator Glenn Schofield wasn't tied to the project. He was too busy working on Callisto Protocol, which turned out to be
Yeah.
meh. But
Meh. Meh. Yeah. That's what I hear. I got Callisto Protocol right there, up on my shelf. I will play it here. It's...
Isaac Clarke, this remake not only rebuilt the original game from the ground up with new controls and assets, but also made lighting a part of the gameplay.
Yeah, like literally, you can have it so the lights are turned off and everything like that, or no oxygen. I want to do a new game plus this game.
Diverting power was crucial to your progression,
Streaming and everything.
forcing you to sacrifice comfort and confront danger. It simply did not look or play the same as the original game. Alas, the fans made their voices loud and clear by staying silent. And so, the remake for Dead Space 2 isn't happening, all because of poor sales.
Thanks a lot, assholes. I bought the game. I've got it. I streamed it. In fact, some of the people I followed on Twitch here, they actually played it like the almost day one it came out here, and they played it multiple times. Like new game, they had new game plus on here. Sometimes new game plus. Like they replayed it a bunch of times. And I will replay this eventually here. Maybe if part of, Halloween season's coming up, so that could be a thing. And I really do want more Dead Space. At the very least, I mean, you want to test the waters more, EA? Here's an idea. Release Dead Space Mobile on the iOS stores. Make a remaster of it. It's like, with how powerful handhelds become in recent years, like, yes. I played that game on my freaking iPad, my old one, and I enjoyed it. It was cool, so... Look, people have their doubts, so yeah. But now the game here, what do people say about this game here? What did those detractors say now after a time? Probably after finally playing it. How many copies have been sold worldwide now? I think now's a good time to make a remake. At the very least, like remake Dead Space 3. Cause yeah, you can't even play if you got an original copy like I do. I got a PS3 copy. Because EA shut down the servers, I can no longer play co-op. I know, I checked recently here. Like, I figured, you know what? I've seen some people playing on Twitch Dead Space 3. And they have the co-op open here. So, maybe I'll jump in. Maybe like an unofficial partner there. So I took my copy and put it on my PS3 and realized that no, I can no longer play Dead Space co-op.
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah, this is the one with the building mechanic.
When Rare and Xbox put out a teaser for a new Banjo game, fans were amped to see the bear and bird make the jump to Xbox 360.
Really? All I remember hearing was the Bile and unadulterated hate.
They weren't expecting was a focus on building vehicles to obtain their jiggies and notes. It wasn't 3D platforming, it was racing, time trials, taxi driving, fetch quests, vehicular combat, and the occasional sport. And so, tantrums were thrown.
At the very least, like, if you got a vehicle, let him ride mounts.
That gave the game a chance may not have found a good Banjo game, but what they did find was a unique game that wanted you to think outside of the box and find your own solutions to its various challenges. Sometimes you had to do challenges legitimately. Sometimes you could have enough parts to completely break the game and cheese the trophy. It was a clever game that encouraged players to get creative. If only more had given it a chance.
That does not sound bad at all, and it would work if this was either a new IP or something where this kind of mechanic makes sense, like, I don't know, Minecraft? But Banjo-Kazooie, after so long, people just wanted the original setup here with some new gimmicks, stuff like that here. That's what I would want. I haven't... God, I still got my copy of Banjo-Kazooie from 64.
Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Casuals were quick to embrace Brawl just as they would every new Smash game.
Yeah?
This particularly was an exciting entry because of the subspace emissary mode. An entire campaign where we got to see Nintendo's heroes and villains team up to save the world. Unfortunately, the ultra competitive
that sounds cool.
Having it.
That sounds cool to me. It's like fan fiction, massive crowd of fan fiction. Did I ever? Give me a second. I'm gonna check my collection. No. Damn, I don't have it, really? I know I've got it. Nuts! Nuts! I thought I had my GameCube copy, but no. I guess I should just check down my app here, and... But that sounds awesome! And that was always a thing here. You get to sometimes, like, I remember the old fight with the Master Hands. Why not?
Yes, the tripping was annoying at times. Yes, it doesn't play as fast as Melee. We get it. But can't we appreciate the game for what it is? For what it does well in visuals, diverse game modes, and how it got more newcomers into the series?
No! No, they cannot, because we don't want that. We did not want that. We don't want something new. We want the same old thing, even though we've also been complaining for something new.
All have to be villainized for being 4 frames longer. Kid Icarus Uprising.
You're here to help the council.
You know, I gotta play a Kid Icarus game at this point here. All these videos about talking about Kid Icarus in some way or another makes me think, give it a shot.
Triumphant return for Pit in the short-lived Kid Icarus series, giving the IP a brand new identity that
they said Kid Icarus Uprising.
Team wanted to realize from Smash Bros. Brawl. The few that tried it found a remarkable action game.
Kid Icarus Uprising for 3DS. Holy crap!
Traditional gamepad controls with touchscreen controls. It's everyone else.
Okay, I'm on Amazon right now looking at Kid Icarus Uprising 3DS here.
We're weird, but once you got a
oh my god!
On a moderate or high
over
difficulty,
just a regular edition, people charging $200.
Much like any other game that you're playing for the very first time.
Gotta find. Maybe if I'm lucky. Ew!
Skylanders series.
Yeah, that was like the whole proto amiibo stuff. Yeah, let it kick off. There was a small desire for collectors, but
coming from when expressing apathy and sometimes disdain for the Skylanders games. The toys were pretty pricey, and Spyro's design was wrong in every single way.
Yeah, I had never played a Spyro game before. I want to give me the collection for the Switch, but I know how popular he was, and so when I saw this guy here, it's like, who the heck is this guy? Not it, and it's Spyro. That is not Spyro the Dragon, not at all. Who is he?
Contrary to popular belief, though, these games were pretty fun to play regardless of your age. Every character came with their own movesets that made combat entertaining in both visuals and mechanics, and there are some moments in the stories that were genuinely funny or interesting in its own goofy way. Although, again, the Toys to Life market was getting pricey, so it's not hard to see why Skylanders and its competitors crashed and burned.
I mean, amiibos are still around, I believe. It's been a while, but yeah.
Death Stranding.
Gotta play that game. Gotta find me. I'm trying to find a director's cut for like PS5. The problem is that and Ghost of Tsushima director's cut has been quite elusive.
On board with Death Stranding. What's his new game gonna be like? How's it gonna play? Ooh, the excitement! So much mystery and auteurishness. Well, everyone was there until we got our first look at gameplay a few months before launch. So many dreams dashed because Kojima and his team decided to develop a delivery game, or as many folks called it, Amazon Prime Simulator.
Amazon Prime Simulator.
Country. Anybody could go anywhere they damn well please. No need for couriers like yourself.
And so, folks walked away from Death Stranding before it even came out. Those
Yeah.
that stuck with it found a neat game that demands you be efficient in deliveries and use a multitude of cleverly implemented tools to get the job done.
I'm interested. I do want to play this game. And here we go. Baby giving the thumbs up.
Fable 3.
Yeah. I've got my copy. Never played it. Even though I played Fable 2,
Did see some justifiable criticism
and I did try to earn enough money to eventually buy that castle, but I never did.
made against it. Much of the ire being made against how interactions were handled and expressions were more limited. Lionhead Studios could have done a better job at handling morality and player choices too. However, some straight up demonize Fable 3,
Yeah.
downplaying the story to "your brother is a jerk" or complaining too much about the subtle changes in your character's appearance.
And in the end, it turns out the bad guy, he was right all along. I hate that.
We can see some of those grievances being a bit frustrating, but enough to call Fable 3 the worst in the series? Isn't that a bit far-fetched? Or did nobody play Fable Heroes or Fable the Journey?
Our hero returns, bringing good tidings.
Borderlands series.
Whew. Really? How they're not respected. Like Borderlands, especially Borderlands 2 with Handsome Jack. Borderlands 1, yeah, had a bad boss here, final boss, but it was still fun. Borderlands 2 fixed that here but it was pretty much perfect. But the perfect formula and everything like that. Handsome Jack and everything, and then of course we had like the pre-sequel, which gotta be that game, but I don't see it bad. And 3, which I didn't hate, but my problem stemmed from the whole issue with just logging in and starting my first character, making an account or some bullshit. Some of the characters were not that.
What I constantly see about Borderlands is that the game is cringe.
And never mind,
Complaints
really.
often
And at the same time, Wonderland, I haven't played that yet. Tales of the Borderland, I haven't played any of those. Oh boy.
being directed towards its humor. In all honesty,
I like the humor.
Borderlands was funny way back in 2012 when the second game was popping off. Pre-sequel made a solid effort as well. However, we can see why this didn't work out for Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Okay, so you saw a corporation that was getting curb stomped by a way bigger and cooler corporation, and you said, I'm going with Team Loser Stash?
Yeah.
Hyperactivity.
Sure, why not? Root for the underdog. Again, I don't have a problem with the humor here. It's like, this is this was the humor of the time here, and I applaud Borderlands for sticking to it. This is the humor. This is the humor, and just the whole thing. This is the thing of their world. It's just how this place is. You say cringe, I say, hey, shut up. It's cringe to you here, but I'm still laughing. I'm still having fun here. This is just how they are. Cringe is being used way too much these days.
Has gotten tiresome and less clever over the years. It doesn't make Borderlands in particular an awful series, just hard to tolerate when focusing on the story and characters.
Also, we'll say this: I've been playing a lot of the the serious games, stuff like that. Here, there's practically no real humor, like the kill zones, Halo Resistance, blah blah blah, Dead Space. Destiny 2, that's Destiny 2. Even Gundam at times. Gundam has some humor, but still. It's always, most of the games is serious here. So having a game like this where, I don't know, it's like, sometimes it's serious, sometimes they're goofy as hell. It's a breath of fresh air.
Gameplay-wise, each game feels pretty good with its gunplay and can feel better to play once you've invested in some skills. If only the jokes went beyond saying random things at an obnoxiously loud volume. Gex series.
I never got into the Gex series. I heard he's going to come back, but...
For years, Gex has been memed and dunked on for his outdated references and annoyingly 90s-era snarkiness. It has sort of painted the gecko in a negative light, and really, the constant memes do not help.
I love the smell of bug spray in the morning. Smells like... victory.
But for...
Oh, I think nowadays, I don't know, second wind. A lot of things get recycled after a while, and who knows.
The few who did play the games back then, a lot of them swear that Gex did have some great games. Whether it was jumping through TV channels or running around while playing as a secret agent, the Gex games had some fun ideas, despite most of those ideas being purely thematic or simple in execution. We'll just see how many of them are still around when the remasters come out.
Yep.
Laughing at me? So you think I'm funny? I entertain you?
Kingdom Hearts series.
Don't you... What? What? Don't... I love this game! I love this franchise! I am waiting for the iOS games where I get to see what's going on! I want more! I had my jaw on the floor when we learned what the Dream Eaters were, like to the finale of Union Cross! And you're telling me this doesn't get respect? Okay, maybe in America, sure, but in Japan? Look, I've been to the Square Enix stores in Japan. I freaking want the dog with a freaking Keyblade and everything. The Obsidian Keyblade, please. I remember when they did the Kingdom Hearts theme in the hotel here, and the key card Twitcher was actually an Obsidian Keyblade, and I want that thing. Bullshit!
Look, we will go up to bat for Kingdom Hearts on any given day. From the various Disney worlds you get to explore to the insanely fun combat and new mechanics each game brings,
yes,
it's no wonder why Kingdom Hearts is loved by so many.
Yes.
When you ask why someone would dismiss the series, it's often because of the story and writing.
Can you feel Sora?
Yeah, it's just good.
Feel Sora.
It's disjointed, I guess you could say, but on purpose here. It's like it all comes together as you play the game. Everything eventually starts to click in, and there's still a bunch of loose threads for future game progress here. So yeah, the Dark Seeker saga is over, but there's still new stuff here. Like, what about the Dream Eaters? How those are the Keyblade wielders? How are we gonna wake them up? They're birthed by sleep.
You know what we're talking about. All that light and dark talk. The light is meant to keep the dark out so that the light can stay in our heart.
Yes!
Granted, it doesn't start up until it gets deeper into the first game, but once that talk starts, it doesn't let up. That said, we do get why some shove Kingdom Hearts aside and roll their eyes at it.
Why are you in my heart?
And for those guys, I will pluck their eyes out. I'm petty.
Assassin's Creed series.
Huh. Are those... that looks like, Ezio Revelation robes. Nice.
While
I
Assassin's
haven't played
Creed has
Mirage,
been around
of course.
for an
I still...
incredibly long time, its
Of course.
popularity has dwindled the longer it's gone on.
I mean, come on. You say, oh, Assassin's Creed has been around for a long time here. You make it sound like it's been around since Mario, since Mega Man, since Sonic. That's how you make it sound like.
Many still get enjoyment from running around historic cities and messing with each game's stealth mechanics and skill trees. Fans from the old days, on the other hand, have denounced the newer era.
Yeah. Yeah, God knows I don't like it. I'm tired of it.
The RPG elements and open world bloat just isn't what the older games were like, and so with each new game, a wave of disappointment is felt from various corners of the fan base.
And from what I hear, from what I've seen so far, I haven't played it yet, Mirage is a step back, almost like an homage to the old days, like a true homage to the original games.
Assassin's Creed still sells tons of copies, but the community just isn't as big and lively as it used to be.
They are
Yeah.
guilty of worse crimes. God forgive me, but there are times when violence is the only.
Guilty of worst crime. You are a monk saying that here. It makes me wonder what, like, spitting in the wrong, spitting near a church?
Of course. On that, we are agreed.
Okay, never mind. It's probably important. I'm gonna play this game. I want to try it out myself here. In fact, I actually bought the deluxe edition on Walmart for only $30 on the X1 for the X Block here, which I still don't have an X Block.
Much of the ire towards Starfield can be traced to simply console wars silliness. It isn't the greatest title, but
I want to try that. Yeah.
and yet it was treated as such when it launched. It may not have delivered on a lot of the promises or potential as many were hoping for, but in the end, the focus was on exploration, and we got that in abundance.
Okay, that's good.
The slow improvement may be a Bethesda staple for better or worse, but
Oh.
chances are newcomers who leap into this spacefaring adventure are going to get a lot more for their buck than those who may not have had the best time on day one. Soul Calibur series.
Yeah, the Soul Calibur series.
Soul Calibur is in the weird position where it's constantly living in the shadow of its slightly older brother, Tekken. It isn't hard to see why one is favored more than the other.
Yeah, I mean, the crossover stuff is cool here. I mean, you had freaking Yoda and Darth Vader, Link, Kratos, Ezio.
Sure, fans of Bandai Namco and fighting games in general know what Soul Calibur is.
Yeah.
Many of them have
Got
a solid
PS3.
understanding and appreciation for it. But to an average player who loves Tekken and thinks, ooh, this game's from the same publisher, so it's Tekken with swords, well, you can
Nope.
only imagine the disappointment they're setting themselves up for.
Broken Destiny. It's a handheld for PSP?
Soul Calibur plays so differently compared to its more successful sibling. It's slower, it's a bit...
This is, yeah, not only respected, but lesser known because it said this is Soul Calibur 6, released in 2018. I didn't even know that.
more clunky, and much more focused on defense and counters. That said, the failure of Soul Calibur 6 was almost expected, albeit sad to witness.
Nice.
Dead or Alive series.
Oh, come on! A dead? How is this thing dead?
The Dead or Alive games truly are some of the greatest.
Yeah,
fighting games
how is
you
it not
could possibly
respected?
play. Even the 1996 original holds up.
But is it because of the
insanely well in
extreme
controls,
games?
And Dead or Alive 6 is only considered the worst in the series because
Of all the fighting games I've played, and I personally have here, the Xbox 360 one I like the most. I actually played that one the most out of everyone here.
of its post-launch support and casualization of the fighting game mechanics.
Man, Mai Shiranui! From King of Fighters, actually. What the?
That saying that you're a fan of the series to an outsider does hold some social risks. The jiggle physics are real, they are prominent, and at first glance, they can be off-putting.
What the hell do you got? What the hell? What you want equality there? Maybe you see the men like junk moving in their pants or something. Oh! When people complain about the jiggle physics, I just want to punch them.
That being said, it's more of a
Shut
case of
up,
them
enjoy
working
it.
adjacent to a great
You either
fighting
enjoy it
system,
or you just shut
not
the fuck up.
smothering
Move
it,
on.
if you get our drift.
Mother.
BioShock 2.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, BioShock 2. Now we're getting to games.
While the first BioShock is always held in high regard, and rightfully so, the same cannot be said for its sequel. Right away, you can tell that creator Ken Levine had little to no involvement with BioShock 2. Some disregard it and trash it without hesitation for unknown reasons. The slow
For
start
unknown
is a bit
reasons?
irritating,
Yeah.
yes, and some parts of the game do feel like they were recycled from the first game. Even so,
that makes sense here. I mean, we're still in Rapture. It's just that a lot of the buildings are more decayed. So, of course, they're going to recycle assets. But yeah, I don't know why it was, but I just was not really feeling BioShock 2. So, but it's weird now here. Like, this is Joe's Mojo here. Like, the last few games, like, okay, I can sort of see. I don't get it. Why? And now this. Now we finally get. Okay, now we're back in. We're back. We're at the topic of this video.
the story and gameplay were top-notch, and even the multiplayer was surprisingly fun in its own way. So where did all the hate for this game come from?
Yeah, the whole multiplayer. The multiplayer and everything. The whole premise was it was a whole war between Ryan and Fontaine with the splices and everything like that.
Batman Arkham Origins and Batman Arkham Knight.
What is that? Behind you. Oh, come on. Expect me to fall for that? I mean, try something original.
We have all heard the complaints about these two games several times over. Origins had an open world with nothing to do in it, while
Actually,
Knight
no.
ham-fisted the Batmobile and tank gameplay a few times too many.
I don't mind that,
Negate the
but
other parts of the game that are done.
I didn't mind the Batmobile. I still liked it, but the boss battles were kind of lame in Night. And Origins, I thought the open world was good in Origins.
really well here.
Oh, Michael
Ran
Keaton.
with Origins' idea of an open-world Batman game and added a ton of complexity to Gotham's layout through hidden militia bases and secrets shoved into alleyways. Plus, Origins did offer a unique idea in having to piece together crime scenes and look for evidence based on how they most likely played out. In tonight's credit, the Batmobile segments weren't as frequent as some make it out to be. They aren't perfect Batman games, but to just cast them aside like they're fodder might be a bit out of line.
Yeah, exactly. The fear takedowns.
The Last of Us Part 2.
Ugh. Don't care.
Whether you're a hardcore fan or a casual outside observer,
Or
seems
someone
as
doesn't
if
care
The
at all
Last
and
of Us
wondering,
Part
why
2
does this get so
can
many
never get any
remakes
ounce
and
of respect.
remasters?
You have people angry about Joel dying and revering him like a saint, even though he's just as awful as Abby.
Yep.
Speaking of, Abby is one of the biggest points of contention with this game, as some point out how much of a slog her portion of the game is.
Don't ever let me see you again.
Others take it a much more politically inept extreme. So many focus on Abby and Joel that you just cannot have a serious conversation about the game's sound design, the combat, not even the impressive amount of accessibility options.
Uh-oh, careful!
Fortnite.
Is that a Fallout laser weapon? Okay, but yeah, I'm surprised by this and The Last of Us, really? Okay, Last of Us 2, it mentioned Last of Us 2, and that makes sense. I remember the hate, so okay, fine out. But Fortnite? This game is still ongoing. They're like popular as hell here. I keep hearing like every month they've got skin for new characters here. It's like you had freaking Michael Myers, Goku here, Pickle Rick, obviously, I think Ash from Evil Dead.
So many folks write off Fortnite
Doom there with a Crucible.
right now like it's the worst
Peter Griffin.
game you can possibly.
And is that Katara from Avatar? Right there, like right here, because yeah, you also have Avatar like Aang. You can have Aang pop with a gun, the
We
patch
have
fist.
definitely criticized the game for its obsession with crossovers and licensed cosmetics in the past. But
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't see how this game is not respect. I just don't see it. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, people like this game here. It seems to have plenty of respect, in my opinion. But what do I know? I don't play.
The kids are into.
And adults, from what I hear.
What most fail to recognize is that Fortnite can be really fun between the Zero Build, Rocket Racing, and Fortnite Fest modes.
Okay, yeah, because I remember when Fortnite, it was the PUBG clone, and it wasn't doing so well here, but then they made one simple change here, especially with the building mechanic, and it exploded in popularity, and now there's like whole storylines going on here, and now they got new modes? Okay, this is gonna be copyright here, isn't it? It's gonna be copyright.
Even some user-created games that are equally fun to play through and give the free-to-play title more replay value than it probably should have. So we really should give Epic Games the credit in making a platform that is super malleable instead of hating on the game just because it's mega popular and it's cool to hate on the game.
I have not really heard any hate at all about this game here. The biggest criticism I've heard about Fortnite is how some of these skins, like, why? They don't make any sense. But that's it. I didn't even know it had a racing mechanic in it.
But tell us in the comments below, what's a game you feel people are too quick to hate on? And be sure to subscribe to Mojo Plays for more great videos every day.
Some of these games, some Borderlands. I understand Borderlands 3 and appeared Tiny Tina's to hate as well, but the entire game, like, really? No, I don't see why. Why is it disrespected that much? I don't get it here. Others, like, Origins, unfortunately, I do see, even though I don't think it deserves it here, but yeah, it also had some. I heard that there was some problem with the PC port. Ooh, massive bugs, but I don't know. BioShock 2, yeah. Especially, I'm pretty sure the multiplayer was also very controversial. I mean, this was a time period when you had to have multiplayer in everything here. Even Origins here has multiplayer. Yeah, others like, okay, Dead Space, really? At this, opinions should have made a complete 180 once people played this game here. But if it's still not respected at all by the community because it's a remake and they haven't played it, then it's no wonder. Look, how much is this game sold? Because we need it to sell well here, because then we could possibly get a remake of Dead Space 3 here, where we get a sequel as well. Come on, we need that. Okay, guys, I'm done here. We'll talk more, but let's move on here before we I don't want to be here an hour. I'm almost an hour in. So yeah, comment below you all thought. Let's wait for a video. So next one, this is Mecha-san logging out.